Chapter 1. Group of Frogs. Once a group of frogs were passing through the forest. At that time, 2 frogs from this group of frogs fell into a deep hole. The hole was so deep that it was very difficult to get out of it. Still, the 2 frogs were trying their best. The other frogs in the group were saying that they had no hope of getting out of this hole. But the 2 tame frogs kept on trying, leaping wildly up and down the slope of the ditch to the steep end at the end and back down again. Then the rest of the frogs on the top shouted to them that, "You can't climb up at all, this is a very big hole. There is no way to get up from here." Their words were as if they wanted to say that only hard work will be gained. No, give up hope and accept death and get rid of suffering. One of the 2 bangs listened to them and instead of rising to the top of the pit, jumped deeper and died. But the second frog began to jump more enthusiastically, and the frogs above began to shout louder, "Don't suffer this in vain, make death easy." But the frog finally came up. After climbing up, everyone in the group looked surprised at what the frog said. The frog said, "I got the courage to come up because of your encouragement from above. If it wasn't for you, I might have given up. I can't hear with my ears, I only saw with my eyes that you are yelling at me to come up." Story lesson. A little encouragement from people around helps people to move forward even in difficult situations. And success comes if you are persistent in your goals without listening to negative words. Chapter 2. Butterfly Stories. Once a great man found a butterfly egg in his garden. He saw the butterfly trying hard to get out of its cocoon but could not get out. The newly hatched butterfly is trying hard but is unable to extract the rest of its body from the egg or cocoon from which it was hatched. At a point where it seems that the butterfly may not be able to get out, it stops. The man was very mesmerized by this scene. And he went and cut off the rest of the cocoon with a pair of scissors and took out the butterfly. Doesn't it look like the man did the butterfly a favor? In fact, this seems to be a benefit, but the biggest loss to the butterfly is due to this man. The butterfly's body was preparing itself for the challenges ahead as it struggled to emerge from its cocoon. His flapping wings were helping the God-given fluid in the pouch to strengthen his wings. But while this man helped it emerge effortlessly, its wings remained immature. The butterfly was never able to fly properly for the rest of its life, because its wings were not strong enough to fly. Story lesson. Every problem in life, every obstacle makes us stronger for the days ahead. You can't grow up without suffering. Therefore, it is harmful for us to sit on the hope of others or rely on others to face the challenges of our life. Chapter 3. Think out of the box. The story is about the genius of a merchant's daughter in a small Italian town hundreds of years ago. An old businessman borrows some money from a blood-sucking moneylender in the city for his business. But due to repeated losses and the moneylender's interest is compounded, it becomes difficult for the businessman to repay the money. He could not pay the money on time. At that time the moneylender said that he would forgive all the debts on one condition, if the businessman would marry his daughter to the moneylender. The moneylender was not good as a person, so the merchant did not like the offer. Then the moneylender said, "Okay, then let us try a fortune with white and black pebbles in your garden. I will take one white and one black stone from the rocky path of this garden and put them in a bag. From there your daughter will pick up a stone. If he picks up the black stone, then he will marry me and I will waive all your debts, and if he picks up the white stone I will also waive your debts, but your daughter will not have to marry me." When the moneylender was picking up pebbles from the garden path to put in the bag, the girl saw that instead of one white and one black stone, the moneylender had taken 2 black stones and kept them in the bag. In this situation, the girl had 3 options. 1. Refusal to pick stones from bags. 2. Revealing the moneylender's plot by taking out both pebbles from the bag. 3. Sacrifice himself for father's freedom by picking up one stone, knowing that both the bags contain black stones. But each step brought danger for him and his father. But the moneylender was fooled by what the girl did. The girl took out a stone from the bag and dropped it unconsciously from her hand onto the rocky road before she saw it, and pretended that the stone had fallen down by accident and the color had not been seen. He said to the moneylender, "Look, what a fool I have done, the color of the stone is gone before I see it. Check the bag to check what color stone I picked up, since the second stone in the bag was also black. According to the moneylender's condition, the next stone should be white." This is how the girl and her father escaped the moneylender's tricks. Moral lesson of the story: there is always a way out of a difficult situation. You just need to cool your head and think a little out of the box. There may be options beyond the options we have provided. Chapter 4: Elephant in Shackles. Once upon a time a little boy insisted to his father that he would go to see the circus. His father took him to see the circus. Before the start of the circus, the father was showing his son the animals by taking him around the cages outside the circus tent. They came in front of the elephant. They found that instead of being confined in a cage, the elephant's legs were restrained by a thin chain, which the elephant could break and escape at will. But the surprising thing is that the elephant is not trying. The son was very surprised to see this and asked his father why. Baba called the elephant's mahout, keeper, and asked the reason. The elephant mahout replied, "When these elephants were very small, we used to chain them with chains of this size. At that time they tried to tear it off and failed. At that age these chains were enough to hold them back. As they grow up in this state, they believe that breaking this chain is never possible. So now, even though they are much stronger than this shackle, they hold on to their faith and do not try to break it. Inspirational lessons of stories. The first step to success is to believe with your heart that you will succeed. No matter how many obstacles try to stop you, you have to keep trying with the belief of success. Chapter 5. Solution of the problem given by Nani. A wise man lived blissfully in his abode. And during the afternoon he used to listen to different people's problems and give them different advices and ways to solve them. Some people started coming to him again and again with the same problem, even after knowing the solution. He used to come and cry. One day the wise man told them a joke. Everyone present burst into laughter. A few minutes later he told the same joke again. This time few people laughed. When he told the same joke a third time later, no one laughed. Then he said, "You can't laugh at the same joke again and again, but why cry over the same problem again and again?" Inspirational lesson of the story: worrying, despairing is just a waste of energy and time. It never solves the problem.